Like to know what are the top 5 myths about passion and how I'm going to bust them in this video? Stay till the end to find out. Hi, my name is Kavya E. I'm a purposeful living coach. I help youngsters, people between the age group of 21 to 30, discover their purpose by helping them achieve their goals. So let's jump right into it and find out what are these myths and how we can bust them now. So the first myth that people have with respect to a passion is that they say that a passion and a hobby are the same thing. They're not the same thing. If you do a Google search to find out the meaning of a hobby is anything that people do to pass time. They have some extra time in their hand, so they do various activities just so that that time goes away. Examples can be maybe collecting old coins, or you watch TV, or you listen to music. You've had a tiring day and then you just want to relax. So the things that you do in that time becomes a hobby. On the other hand, a passion is something for which you find time to do. A passion is a strong and uncontrollable emotion. It's like, you have a balloon in your hand, you try to suppress it, you try to submerge it in the water, it's going to keep coming back to the surface. A passion is just like that. So you have to do something about a passion. Either you kill it, you burst the balloon, or you pursue it, but you have to do something. It's going to keep coming back to you. So a passion and a hobby are not the same things. The second myth that we're going to bust is that a passion and a desire are the same things. If you search for the meaning of desire, it means that it is something that you want, something that grabs your attention and you feel the need to go towards it. Children have their desires all the time. They ask for anything that's shiny, maybe toys, or they want ice cream, something that they keep wanting again and again. I'd like to think of passion as a tested desire. What I mean by that is, let's say something calls your attention. That's the first step. So you pursue this attention, you pursue this desire, and if it sticks, if you think this is good for you, if you think you feel the need to do it again and again for the right reasons, then it means that that is your passion. I'll give you an example of something like water and chili garlic Maggi, let's say, because I've been watching this on Facebook Reels and it really calls out to me. Let's say that you see chili garlic Maggi and you tell yourself, this is what I want. You go forward and then you pursue it, you eat it, it feels amazing. The second time it can feel a little less amazing. The third time a little less than that. But the effects of that desire for your body may not be as good as something like water. You're thirsty, you drink water, it's good for you. You're thirsty, you drink water, it's good for you. So something that's you keep doing continuously, but you feel that's the right thing for you, it feels good for you, for your mental health, for your physical health, then that's a passion. If you have 1 glass of extra water, nothing's going to happen. But if you're going to keep having chili garlic Maggi, it is going to affect your health in some way. So some of the desires which I think people mistake for passion very often, because it's a very shiny thing, because it's made to seem very cool, are traveling, photography, acting, etc. They see other people doing it and they think this is what I want to do in my life. But once you peel off the layers of cool and attractiveness from it, you'll realize that it's actually very difficult to pursue these as your lifelong passion. Let's say traveling is your desire / you think it's a passion. You probably will travel once or twice and then realize that it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of adjusting to change. You have to stay away from your family, and the conditions of the places where you travel to might not always be the way you want it to be. And if you think, okay, this is not for me, then maybe it's a desire. I'm not saying this just as a statement. I've tried this. When I was a kid, I would see my brother play basketball and think it's so cool. I also want to play basketball. So in my early 20s, I enrolled for a basketball course. I got myself a basketball, and then I would go early in the morning at 6 o'clock to the basketball court, and then I would practice. So this went on for like a week. The coach taught me how you can dribble and all the basics of it. Once I started practicing, I realized this is not as fun as I thought it was. I don't feel any connection with the game. this is probably not for me. So you will have to test out your desires to find out which one sticks as a passion. There's nothing wrong with desiring multiple things, but unless you've tried it and figured out whether this is what you want to do continuously, don't confuse a passion and a desire. Okay. The third myth that we're going to bust today is that I have multiple passions. In a way, it's true. We see a lot of people doing multiple things. In my own life, I have two major passions. The first one is teaching. I have been teaching for around 7 years now, maybe even more, and I don't find it to be boring or something that I want to stop. This is something that I think I'm going to continue to do for the rest of my life. And the second passion that I have is painting. I discovered an interest in it. It started out as a desire, and I've been doing it for more than 3 years now, and it gives me a lot of joy to continue to pursue it. I go for classes. It makes me really happy. So you can have more than one passion. But take examples of people who are polymaths. Rabindranath Tagore is a great example. He was a poet. He was a writer. He was a composer. He wrote plays. He was a philosopher. He's so many things in one person. Leonardo da Vinci was also like that. But if you're confusing this idea that you have multiple passions with not trying anything and just saying I'm confused, if you're afraid to start and hence you're saying I have too many things, or if you're confusing your passion with just desires, then you cannot say that you have multiple passions. To say you have multiple passions, you must have at least reached some level. You must have tried and gotten to a certain level in one passion and then should have moved to another one. Unless you've mastered one passion, you cannot say that I have another passion. So the best thing to do when you say you have multiple passions and then you're not sure which one you want to pursue, pick one. You may go wrong, that's okay, pick one. Try it out for a couple of months, let's say, and if you think that's not for you, then move to the other passion you think that works for you. It's better to try and fail and find out that's not for you rather than just saying I have multiple things that I'd like to do. Knowing what you don't want is as important as knowing what you want. The fourth myth that we're going to be busting is that I'll pursue my passion after I'm settled down in life. Okay, that's not a bad idea actually. It's also wise because unless you have a foundation to stand upon, there's no point in trying to reach any other levels unless your ground is stable in its place. But one of the advantages of people starting out their passions, the pursuit of their passion, the pursuit of their purpose a little early is that younger people have the advantage of withstanding failure, of withstanding disappointment a lot better than as and when you get older. It's easier for you to learn, it's easier for you to fail, it's easier for you to try and move forward in these. If you ask people like renowned Bharatanatyam dancers, they would tell you that it's better to start dancing at a very young age because you will have those 10 years of having practiced it, mastered, fallen, tried out different forms for your body, and then you start perfecting the art. I'm not preaching, I'm telling this to you from example. I went for Bharatanatyam classes for 2 weeks. At that point, I thought this is something that I really want to do. So when I went to that Bharatanatyam class, I saw kids twisting their bodies, falling, laughing, having fun. And there I am feeling old because kids were there dancing. I'm just standing stiff because I'm feeling very self-conscious. I'm not willing to try anything new. So at that age, I'm not sure if dancing is for me. Of course, there are people who do it. I'm not questioning that. My point is your ability to withstand failure, disappointment is better when you're younger. Of course, there are certain professions where experience, age matters. Let's say you want to start a business. Maybe you need the finance for it. Maybe you need the experience for it before you venture into that. I totally take those aspects. But we also know so many, Forbes 30 under 30 people who've made it at a very young age. as well. So I think that myth is getting busted more than any of the other myths, that you'll pursue your passion after you've settled. I don't think there's such a thing. And finally, the fifth myth that we're going to be busting in this video is that passion does not pay your bills. I'm in 100% agreement with this statement, but I would like to add an asterisk to this statement. I'm going to say that yes, passion does not pay your bills in the beginning. Let's say that you're planning to start to become a painter, and you tell yourself that I'm going to sell my paintings in the beginning and then I'm going to make money. That's not going to happen, because there are so many people who are competing with you, so many years ahead of you, and you might not know the skills required for selling and how to market your product and things like that. So what are you going to do for that period until you become established as a painter? You cannot eat paint. So it's always better to have a backup, a plan B, or have a job that you're already doing which is going to pay your bills, and then pursue your passion in the as something that you do on the side. As and when you get a little more confident, then you can reduce the number of hours that you work in your other job, focus more on your passion. And then maybe once you start to feel more confident, you can do something like a part-time job. Once you see that you can start making money with your passion, only then please quit your job. That's generally what I tell students who come and say, I want to find out what my passion is, I want to pursue my goals. I tell them, great, start with a period of 3 months. Take a small goal, achieve it, and see if this is something you want to continue to do for the rest of your life. So passion does not pay the bills in the beginning, but it does later on. People here who are interested in self-help and who read and watch videos and books related to self-help would know that most people who stand there motivating us would tell us that it was really difficult in the beginning. There was a lot of struggling, a lot of failure. I didn't think that this would make me any money. I've gone days hungry. But in the end, it has paid off. These people would be multimillionaires, crore-patis, and they'd be telling us that this is the journey that I went through, many people went through. This is the journey that anybody who's interested in a passion has to go through as well. So it is a struggle in the beginning. Always have something that you can lean on, some source of income, but continue to follow your passion. People who say that passion doesn't pay the bills, if they're saying it from a place of either, grapes are sour, or they're afraid, or they're feeling that this is not something that I will be good at, they don't want to put in that work required for it, then I don't think that is something that is true. That's the fifth myth we are busting in this video. Although this is not a comprehensive list, these are the myths that were at the top of my head, and then we have busted that in today's video. If you found this video helpful, please do subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to find out what your passion is, and if you would like me to help you achieve a really small goal in your life, do attend my next webinar. I've given the link to that in the description below. I'll see you in my webinar, and take care.